Welcome to East by West Farms. Here we grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Today I'm going to show you what I harvest this morning. We're at the end of August and almost early October, and it starts to feel like the fall is coming. This summer, is not bad at all in Texas standard. In the last few years, we had very long, hot summer. We have months of temperature close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This year, I think we only had a few days that's close to 100. Today is one of those days. And we also got some rain in July, I think 2 weeks ago. So the garden really like it. Around this time, usually it's our hunger months. Only a few things are growing in the garden, so we kind of eat the same food every day. But this year is great. We still have lots of things growing in the garden, and we have lots of variety that make me happy. I harvest this full 5-gallon bucket of vegetable this morning. I'm going to show you what I have. We still have snake gourd and sweet potatoes. Those are abundant in the garden. So this leafy vegetable with actually pretty big size leaves is the Shiso plant. You'll probably see in H Mart or Korean stores that they sell these leaves as a wrapper. It has a very fragrant taste and an interesting texture. It's a favorite for Chinese, Korean, and Japanese cuisine. They are in the mint plant. They can grow in very hot summer, dry weather. So now they're growing like weeds. We have so many of them. I'm actually using them as a chop drop material to add fertility to the soil. Nice thing about Shiso is once you grow it once, if you let some go to seeds, it will come back very reliably every year. So you can treat it as perennial. It will die down in winter, but in spring it will come back. So it's almost perennial for us. This is the true perennial that really does well in the dry Texas heat. This is a society garlic. They start to budding and setting flowers and have seeds. The nice thing about the garlic is that it actually grows really well in the time that when we don't have a lot of food. So for example, in early spring, when the summer crop hasn't started producing yet, these come out of winter and they produce lots of leafy vegetable for us. Other plants just couldn't survive the heat, and they are doing pretty well. I got tons of them. And that probably will be 3 or 4 meals for us. I have some lemongrass. Last year, I bought a bundle of about maybe this size of lemongrass from the Asian store, planted in the garden. In the fall, I dug a bundle up and planted in a pot to save it through winter. Then in spring, I separate them and put in the garden. That's almost like a perennial for me because I can continue to grow them this way. And this year we got lots of lemongrass in the garden. Smells so good, and of course cook well with meat. I dry them and grind them with peppers to make our own spices for marinated meat. It has the citronella that you can rub on your skin to do insect propellant. This basically is a taro root stem. It's actually huge, so I cut it in half already. I bought some taro roots from the Asian store this spring and planted one of the bigger ones. This is from one of the bigger ones that grow really tall. You need to know how to process this, otherwise it will make your tongue very uncomfortable. It's great that you can grow this and harvest them, because the taro roots, once you put it in the ground, if it survives winter, it will keep coming back, so it's almost like a perennial. Surprisingly, we still have lots of green onion that are doing well in the garden this year. This, you can see that it's huge. You wouldn't believe this is growing from the green onion I bought from Walmart in the pandemic, actually. So it was 2020. I bought a bundle of green onion from Walmart, and I cut the bottom 1 and 1.5 inch off and planted in the garden. They grew huge. I was surprised to see how big they grow. And then they produce seeds. I save the seeds, or sometimes I just let the seeds drop. Then it will come out in spring. Since that year we got the Walmart green onion, we haven't needed to buy any green onion, and that bundle of green onion have sustained us for 4 or 5 years. This is butternut squash. It is growing from seeds from the butternut squash we bought from Aldi several years ago, and we were able to continue to produce butternut squash every year from those seeds. The nice thing about butternut squash is you can store them in room temperature for a long time. We still have a few from last year's harvest. It's definitely a famine-proof food. This is a scallop squash. I actually have 2 over here. I just bought this from, I think from the halal store, and then I just spread the seeds in the garden. I don't know what kind of condition it needs to sprout, but it seems it sprouts at all the time, but not at the same time. So I will get one plant sprouted, produce the squash, and then dies, and then I find another plant that's sprouted and then produce squash. So we had these scallop supplies producing through the summer from different plants. Then I got different variety of peppers. These actually also come from seeds from peppers we bought from the store several years ago. Whenever I go to the store, if I see some peppers that I don't have, I just buy them and save the seeds. So we got quite a different variety, sweet, spicy peppers that are growing in the garden. Usually they don't produce much around this time, but this year they are producing, and I'm kind of expecting that in the fall I will have a large pepper production this year. This is the lonely cherry tomato I harvest today. Over here in Texas, it's very challenging to grow large tomatoes. The cherry tomato are okay. I think we got a harvest like before the summer heat. Around this time, the tomatoes are under stress. There's a way you can actually get cuttings from them around this time and grow cherry tomato in the fall. I'm not complaining even I'm getting one. It's always the homegrown tomato tastes much better than the store-bought tomato. So I got a bunch of Mung Beans. They're at different stages. The dark one is already dried up, but the green one I can actually cook it like green beans. I buy the organic Mung Beans from the Asian store, and then I just broadcast them in the garden and let them grow. The main purpose is for condition the soil, but if we get some parts for cooking, I take it. I have been trying to grow soy beans for several years. I was not able to grow in the last few years. This year, we actually got quite a lot of soy beans. Lots of people actually don't know the part of the soybean before they dried up. It's called edamame. If you eat, had Japanese food, you know that it's very common to have this boiled edamame in the Japanese restaurant. So this year we got quite good harvest from the soybeans I planted. I can see why they don't do well in Texas, because it looks like it takes quite some time for them to grow and then to produce the seeds. So the short growth season in Texas is just not good for soybean. To cap it off, we got this 2 big, long snake gourd. We have lots of snake gourds this year already. It's a great plant to grow because it tastes really good. I like it. And it's also stored well in the freezer, so I can just skin it, cut it into small pieces, and put it in the freezer. In winter, I can use the frozen snake gourd for stew or just as vegetable, in case we don't have a lot of vegetable in the winter. So that's what we got from the garden. This year, actually, we had a pretty late start. So you can see usually around this time, this should be covered with a loofah gourd to block the sun. But this year, it got a later start and it just started climbing up. So I need to straighten it up so that it can cover this area. I can see that pretty soon I will have lots of loofah harvest as well. I would call it a success for this year in terms of gardening. In this video, I showed you what we are harvesting at the end of summer in Texas. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumb up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. If you have not done so, please hit the subscribe button to follow our journey with the East by West Farms.